Good morning, ladies, gentlemen. It's Johnny A, aka NOOCH, Neighborhood Picks. Listen, we're in the fantasy football Super Bowls. Before I get going, sorry about my hair. I didn't really do it this morning. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning. But I figure messy hair is better than none. So I'm going to flaunt it. Listen, I get a lot of DMs already. Fantasy football Super Bowl, right? So now there's a couple things we all need to know. The first thing you need to know is that I go live, especially during the playoff rounds, Thursday night, 90 minutes before the game. There is not one of you out there that's going to go to kickoff tomorrow night and not hear from me. So I want you guys to stop in the live. Tomorrow's the big one. Saturday, Sunday. All the majority of the games are on New Year's Day this weekend. Last weekend was Christmas Eve. The games were Saturday. We had to do everything around Saturday. This week it's around Sunday. That's number one. Number two, what do we have to look for this week? The number one thing is the Jacksonville Titans game. Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. Those two teams happen to be tied, right? And there's only one way it could go. They play each other in 2 weeks. This week, the game means nothing. Because even if Tennessee wins and Jacksonville loses, right, if Tennessee wins and Jacksonville loses, they'll be one game up. But then when they play, if Jacksonville beats them and they tie, Jacksonville has the tiebreaker. So it doesn't matter who wins this week. They can, if Tennessee lose, neither one, it doesn't matter. So now you got Derrick Henry, who might not play. This sucks. This is why people quit fantasy football. I know killers, so to speak. I know rough guys that literally were like, I'm not playing that shit anymore. I can't do it. Don't quit. Don't fucking quit. Excuse my language. Oh, I hate cursing, but I love it. Okay, so now, Derrick Henry, not going to play. Starters. Malik Willis, we don't know how he could throw yet. So we don't know what's going on with Malik. I'm afraid of all Titans. All Titans, I'm afraid. So, okay, I'm trying to look at people's teams. Now, Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, great quarterback, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't, you got Zay Jones out there, you got Kirk, you got a lot of guys out there that are going to be affected by that game. So any Titan or Jaguar, unless you know that they're playing or you don't have a better option, you got to bench him. We're going to have to bench Henry. It looks like it. We're going to have to see. Bench guys on the fringe. I'm trying to look at. There's a lot of guys. You got the Pachecos of the world. You got the George Pickens out of Pittsburgh. You know he's going to be something next year. They're getting a little better now. We know he's going to be good. You got funny guys. So really, we have to go over everything. There's waiver wire lists. There's everything. Who's trending? Who's going what way? The start sits are the most fun time of the year, and this being the Super Bowl, I live for this stuff. So we have to identify everything and break it down. This last weekend was a great weekend. A lot of people might not come back next year, but it was a crazy weekend. Some of the worst quarterback play I've ever seen in my life, ever. Sunday was atrocious. That little guy for Arizona, I never saw a guy do a fake hand. He pitched it to the back. When he pitched it like this to the back and threw it 100 miles an hour, 3 feet away in his face, and hit him off the face mask, I said, oh, this kid's got the yips. This kid's got the yips. And he did. He stunk. Russell Wilson, 3 more picks. He stunk. But I said Russell was not cooking before the week 1. Cloudy with a chance of Russ not cooking. Listen, Uncle Nooch. I could see a phony from a long way away. I knew Russell Wilson wasn't going to ride. Let's ride. Tommy two-step. What about Tommy two-step this year? What are you doing if you have Bucks? How many people got crushed by chubby Lenny Fournette this past week? Me. Tommy two-step. Here's the thing about Tom Brady. They ain't going nowhere, and neither are the Chargers. The Chargers are the AFC's version of the Bucks. Fugazi. They're not going anywhere. Oh, let's go over this. Tommy two-step. Why do I call him Tommy two-step? He used to be Bag of Bones Brady, because when you see him from the back, all you can see is his bony elbows. Tommy two-step. How can I say this about him? If you have no escapability anyway, no escapability, That's number one. Okay, he never really did, but you can move. Number two, here's the difference why Tommy Two-Step is going nowhere. You're taking away half of your skills by having that 2-second clock in your head. 1, 2. Listen, Tommy Two-Step threw 35 checkdowns to Lenny on the other day, Christmas Day. Like 30 checkdowns. Leonard Fournette caught 8 or 9 checkdowns. Nothing serious. He didn't look like Saquon Barkley out there, but he had the same amount of fantasy points. So when a quarterback takes a ball at the end of the game and fakes a check down and the whole defense jumps, that's how he got that fly pattern. He faked the check down. And their offense is so terrible that usually you got everything else and you check down. When you fake a check down and the whole defense jumps, when you fake the check down to open the fly, that's how you know your offense stinks. That real quick, and Tua Tagovailoa. Tua's going to have to retire, guys. I hate to break it to him. He should retire. Why? It's a chain of events. It wasn't just the fall. It was how did he fall? How could that be? And when I asked myself, you got to be just messed up to fall like that. Tua was going this way, forward, right? A big fat lineman hit him in the back of his heels. If somebody tripped me in the back of my heels, I'd fall, put my hands out. Somebody tripped Tua, and as he was falling, I think he's a little pigeon-toed, and he's got a bad hip, right? Remember the hip? You can't forget about injuries. I blew my knee out 6 years ago. I still feel it right now. It doesn't hurt really, but you know it's there. So anyway, he had the Bo Jackson injury. And the only thing I could think of, he's a little pigeon-toed, and as he was getting tripped, it must have been a bad position for his hip, because nobody ever tripped me in the back of my heel, and I never did a pirouette and fell backwards on my head. If somebody trips you in the back of your heel, you usually fall forward. They tripped Tua. He did a pirouette turn and fell this way to try to not fall a certain way with his hip, I believe. That's my theory. Watch it again. Who gets tripped on the back of their heel, does a 180 and falls on the back of their head? There was nothing to warrant that. Nothing at all should have made him do a pirouette and fall on the back of his head. So listen, fantasy football Super Bowls. T. Rich, get at me. Big O, get at me. Richie, I want to see you this week. Kathy, I got you. I got everybody. So tomorrow we're going live. Waiver Wire Wednesday is now, and we're just gonna have so much fun. And usually when I get in the lives, I just have such a great time. I just got my friends in my imagination. I'm talking, and then we go hour and a half. So if you never saw this before, go in the live streams under my channel. You got regular videos, shorts, and lives. Click under lives and check out the live streams. I have a blast doing it. I'm laughing for an hour and a half. It turns into like a freestyle stand-up comedy with football, and I just have a great time. So that's all I'm here for. Positivity, good time, and just to enjoy myself. This is the best hobby I ever dove into, and I'm always going to be doing this. So this is your place for fantasy football and all sports. NOOCH, neighborhood picks. Good luck in your Super Bowls. I'm the only person in the world. Thanks, Carmelo. I'm the only person in the world that's in a semifinal right now. Our league used to be Let Me See Your TDs, Carmelo's league. This year it's Chasing Greatness. And now I'm going to rename us next year the Old Geezers, because only a bunch of old geezers like us would have a semi this week and the Super Bowl next week. I could kill you, Carmelo, but you are the best guy in the world, so I can't really get mad at you. So the Geezers, that's us, we're in the semis this week. So hopefully I got a great battle against Newman, my boy. He was the man on my high school varsity team when I was a sophomore. He was a senior, former teammate of mine. Love him, crazy guy. Newman, we got a great matchup coming this week, and I can't wait. So I'll see you guys soon, and that's it. Tomorrow, live starts 90 minutes before the game. Peace.